The story begins quietly. A small plane hums in a dimly lit garage. Inside, a man and woman are laughing together. Charlie Adams, a brilliant CIA cryptographer, is repairing that old plane with his wife, Sarah. It's their favorite project, something they promised to finish together. Charlie is logical, disciplined, a man who believes in rules. Sarah is warm, free-spirited, and full of light. Together, they're unstoppable. But every perfect life hides a shadow. One morning, as sunlight streams through their kitchen window, Sarah tells Charlie she has to leave for London on business. She invites him to come along, but he declines. The CIA has given him a classified assignment he can't ignore. They hug goodbye, unaware that this will be their final moment together. At CIA headquarters, Charlie sits in front of glowing monitors, decoding complex messages from around the world. Then suddenly, his screen flashes with a new alert, a message from an anonymous source named Inquilin. It reads, "I have proof your agency is hiding war crimes. If you care about truth, decode this file." Charlie hesitates. His heart pounds, but curiosity or conscience wins. He downloads the file. For hours, he tries to break the encryption. When he finally does, the truth hits him like a bullet. The file reveals that a supposed terrorist attack in Paris wasn't terrorism at all. It was a CIA drone strike, authorized by his own director. Hundreds of civilians died. The agency covered it up completely. Charlie stares at the screen, speechless. Everything he believed in has just shattered. Then, his phone rings. It's Sarah. He answers, but the call drops. He tries again. No signal. Seconds later, every TV in the building cuts to breaking news. A bombing has taken place in a London hotel. Among the victims, Sarah Adams. Charlie freezes. The world around him fades. The woman he loves is gone. At home that night, reporters swarm his house. He sits silently, replaying the footage over and over. Masked men storming the hotel. But something feels wrong. The footage looks staged. Back at the agency, his bosses, Chief Moore, Caleb Ross, and Director O'Brien, offer condolences. But their words sound hollow, rehearsed. Charlie can see it in their eyes. They're hiding something. He digs deeper. Using his credentials, he hacks into London's surveillance network. For 2 sleepless days, he studies every camera feed. Finally, he finds them. For people entering the hotel's staff corridor before the blast. Mishka, Lawrence, Horst, Gretchen, a Russian mercenary, a South African ex-soldier, a German arms dealer, and a former CIA agent who vanished years ago. This wasn't terrorism. This was a hit. Charlie confronts Moore and Caleb. They dismiss him, saying he's grieving and needs rest. But he knows the truth now. Sarah was murdered. They send him to a psychologist, labeling him unstable. But he's already planning his next move. That night, he hacks into the agency's internal system again, stealing every classified document connected to the London operation. In a dim conference room, he lays the files on the table. "You killed my wife," he says quietly. "I can prove it." They threaten him with arrest. He smiles. "If I die," he says, "copies of these files will go to every major news outlet on Earth." Then he walks out. From that moment, the Archer is born. He trains in secret, using every skill the CIA ever taught him. Combat, explosives, tracking. He builds new identities, new hideouts, and a new purpose: to destroy the people who destroyed his life. His first target, Gretchen. He tracks her to London, posing as a doctor in a private clinic. Inside an MRI room, he confronts her. She refuses to talk. The struggle turns violent. Glass shatters. Gretchen flees and is struck by a car in the street. Charlie takes her phone. Inside, he finds encrypted contacts, a digital map of the killer's network. Meanwhile, the CIA brands him a rogue agent. Director O'Brien launches a manhunt. Only one man still believes in him: his old combat instructor, Henderson. He finds Charlie in a dark bar, broken and drunk. Stop this, he pleads. You can't fight the system. Charlie looks up. I'm not fighting the system, he says softly. I'm hunting the people who built it. That night, he fakes his own death. A small explosion. A body left behind. The world believes he's gone. But the archer has just begun. Weeks later, a new message arrives from Inquilin. She wants to meet. They rendezvous in Istanbul at a quiet cafe by the water. Charlie is stunned when Inquilin reveals herself. She's a woman. Her husband was killed by the CIA after uncovering similar secrets. She's been hacking them ever since. Together, they join forces. Their first target, Mishka. He's hiding in Spain. Charlie poisons his swimming pool's filtration system. The next morning, the pool explodes into flames. Then comes Lawrence, found in a French warehouse full of weapons. Charlie traps him inside and sets the building ablaze. One by one, justice is served. Only one name remains: Horst, the man who planned it all. He's living aboard a cargo ship in the North Sea, protected by mercenaries. Charlie infiltrates the ship under the cover of a raging storm. Gunfire echoes through the steel hulls. He fights his way to the top deck. There, face to face with Horst, he hears the truth. You think you're a hero? Horst sneers. You're just another weapon they built. Charlie hesitates. His hand trembles on the trigger. He sees Sarah, smiling, alive, and lowers his gun. Suddenly, floodlights flash. Helicopters thunder overhead. CIA task forces swarm the ship. Director O'Brien steps forward. She tells Charlie it's over. Moore and Caleb are under arrest. His actions force the agency to reveal its own corruption. Weeks later, Charlie stands at Sarah's grave. He places a small compass, her last gift, beside her name. The inscription reads, "Find your way back." He whispers, "I did." In the final moments, Charlie boards a plane under a new identity. Through the window, the clouds stretch endlessly. His voice echoes softly. The truth has a price. Sometimes it costs everything, but without it, there's nothing left worth living for. The plane disappears into the sunlight, and just like that, the legend of the Archer is born.